Hi everybody, Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, and today's contract tip has to do with how to add a GAR special stipulation to your purchase and sale agreement. So I have been asked by several agents lately, number one, where to find the special stipulations that are already pre-printed by GAR, and number two, how to go ahead and add them to the contract. So I'm going to show you both of those things. There is a way to also do this through Transaction Desk on Georgia MLS, if that's your preferred way of writing your contracts. But today's video, I'm just going to show you how to do it through RDocs on FMLS. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, let me get rid of this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to log on to FMLS, you're going to go to Products, and then you're going to select RDocs. Oops, all right, I was already in here because I was playing, so let me log out and do it again. Products, RDocs. So now we're in RDocs. So you're going to pick up one of your actual tiles, one of your RDoc tiles, and we're going to go here. This is the tile I want. We're going to go to Forms. I have already added the purchase and sale agreement as the form. So I'm going to pull up the purchase and sale agreement. Now I'm going to go to the place where we add the special stipulations. So I'm going to go, I know that's on page 7, so I'm going to go to page 7. So here's where we're going to add the special stipulations. So you put your cursor here, then you're going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to select this, which says Add Clauses to Form. So you select that. And then you are going to get access to all of the GAR, Georgia Association of Realtors, special stipulations that are pre-printed in here. So you can just scroll down and see all of the special stipulations and see which one that you prefer, or you can search. So let's say we want to add a special stipulation about the seller's property disclosure form not being attached to the contract. So we're going to put in here, I believe it's under property disclosure. And this is the one we want. Seller's property disclosure not provided. Notwithstanding any provisions contained herein to the contrary, the seller shall have no obligation to provide, nor will the buyer receive from the seller a seller's property disclosure. Or you can do the other way. The seller's property disclosure statement is not attached hereto. Seller shall have blank days from the binding agreement date to provide the buyer with an accurate and complete current GAR seller's property disclosure statement. In the event the seller fails to timely provide the statement, buyer may terminate this agreement within X number of days from the binding agreement date by providing written notice to the seller. Notwithstanding anything to the contrary contained herein, in consideration of the sum of $10, paid directly to the buyer, to the seller, the receipt and sufficiency of which is hereby acknowledged by the seller, and which not shall be considered earnest money and shall not be refundable. In other words, that $10 never really changes hands. The seller agrees that should the buyer determine that for any reason the property is unacceptable to the buyer within blank days of buyer's receipt of the seller's disclosure statement, the buyer may terminate this agreement. Let's say that's the one we want to use. So you're going to select that, and then you just click Add. And so what the system does, it's processing the request. Now you can scroll down and you will see that the system automatically copied and pasted or added that special stipulation. Then you just go in here and you're going to fill in the number of days that your buyer and seller are going to negotiate for that item. So I hope you like that. If you run out of room, you would simply click additional special stipulations are attached. Then you're going to go back and work with forms, and you're going to add a form that is just additional page, and it's just an additional blank page so you can add more special stipulations. Again, please look through the GAR special stipulations before adding your own. As you saw, for example, with that one, many of you agents will try to protect your buyer, but you will put verbiage in there that simply says something to the effect of seller to provide a seller's property disclosure form within 24 hours of binding agreement date. You have no consequences, no time frames, no forms of notice, and you think that the buyer can terminate if the seller doesn't perform. That's not the case. That's why you absolutely need to look through the GAR library of special stipulations for one that fits your situation. As we just read, that special stipulation we just went through has time frames, forms of notice, and it specifically gives buyer termination rights if the seller doesn't perform. All right, so what are the rest of the GAR special stipulations that would be available to you? So let me show you. If you go up here, so same thing, you don't necessarily have to be in an RDocs tile. You could just be, let me go back to the dashboard. So you could just be in RDocs in general. Then you go over here to where it says select and it has a down arrow. You're going to click select, and then you're going to click on Forms Manager. Now, when you click on Forms Manager, if you are an authorized user of the GAR contracts, you will see over here that you have Georgia Association of Realtor forms and you have the RE forms. Whichever one is highlighted, it's going to show that package over here. So right now we're under GAR. So you go over here to search, and let's just put in STIP. Now here we go. We have an index of the special stipulations. We have all of the special stipulations, and this is just a blank page. So this, it's hard to see, but it's a little down arrow. So what I suggest all of you do is go here and look at, download all of the special stipulations in the GAR library. You are going to save it somewhere on your computer. Then it will open up as a PDF, and you will see, here we go. Look, you guys, 12 pages. There are 12 pages of special stipulations already pre-printed for you by Georgia Association of Realtors. That has all of those elements that you would need to protect your clients. It has time frames, notices, consequences, so forth and so on. So I suggest you all print this out, read through it so you can see exactly what is in here. There are several special stipulations that I imagine you would want to use and weren't sure how to use the wording. So that's where the GAR special stipulations are. And you can see there's contingencies. There are disclosures. Here's earnest money. There are like I said, well, there's 12 pages of finance. There's many special stipulations in here that I believe you will find useful. Now, let's go back to RDocs. Now, let's look and see the RE forms. So click on RE forms. And the same thing, we're going to go over here to search, and we're going to put in STIP. And here we go. Now we have, now we have the library, access to the library of the special stipulations in the RE forms. So let's take a look at those. Now, all agents in definitely the general metro Atlanta area, you get access to the RE forms at no charge. So it might be worth your while to take a look at the library and the forms that are in there. But here are the special stipulations from the RE forms. Here's one about a 1031 tax-deferred exchange. Agent acting as principal. Agent acting as principal with right to resell at a higher price. Appraisal to establish purchase price. There are 9 pages of the RE forms special stipulations. So Again, I strongly suggest that all agents go into our docs in FMLS or in Transaction Desk in Georgia MLS, pull up and print out the library of special stipulations from both the GAR contract package as well as the RE Forms contract package, and you will find the wording of various situations that may apply specifically to your client. And then, so I showed you where to find those and how to append them to your GAR purchase and sale agreement. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this contract tip did help you out. Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education. Thank you.